Every day, you wake up with ideas, goals, plans, and a version of yourself you swear you're going to become. But somehow the day ends exactly the same. Same habits, the same excuses, the same scrolling, maybe even the same fear. And most people think they are stuck because life is unfair, because money is tight, because opportunities are limited, or because somebody else got lucky first. But the truth is harder to hear, and the biggest thing standing between you and the life you want is usually you. Not because you are weak, stupid, or incapable, but because, human beings are masters at building invisible cages and then decorating them until they feel comfortable. You know, you tell yourself you need more time, but you waste hours every day feeding distractions that give you nothing back. You tell yourself you need motivation, but motivation is unreliable and disappears. And the second things become uncomfortable. You know, you tell yourself you are waiting for the perfect moment, but perfect moments never arrive. The people you admire are not magically fearless. They stop negotiating with every excuse their brain created, and most people are addicted to comfort without realizing it. Comfort feels safe in the moment, but over time, it slowly destroys your ambition. Your brain wants the efficiency. It wants that routine. It wants to avoid pain and embarrassment, and this is why starting something new feels mentally exhausting, even when the things you want could completely change your life. Your brain sees uncertainty as danger, even if staying the same is actually more dangerous long term. So instead of growing, you repeat patterns that feel familiar and you keep telling yourself tomorrow will be different while secretly, you're secretly repeating the same actions that created your current situation. And results are not random. Your habits are votes for the future you are building every single day. And if your habits are weak, your future will eventually reflect it. And one of the biggest reasons people hold themselves back is fear of judgment. And it is crazy how many dreams get buried because somebody might laugh or criticize or just disagree with you. And people will stay broke because they are. They're embarrassed to start small. They'll stay unhealthy because they are embarrassed to go to the gym. They will stay silent because they are terrified of sounding stupid. And meanwhile, the people making progress are usually the people willing to look foolish temporarily. And every successful person has awkward beginnings nobody talks about. The first videos were bad, the first businesses ideas were messy, and the first attempts failed, but they kept moving while everyone else waited to feel ready. And readiness is a myth. Confidence is built through repetition, not thought. And you do not think your way into confidence, you act your way into it. Another thing destroying people is constant comparison. Social media has turned everybody into spectators watching highlight reels all day. You see somebody younger making more money, and somebody fitter, or somebody happier, and somebody traveling, or somebody succeeding faster. And what you do not see are the sacrifices, the failures, the stress, and the years of invisible work behind those moments. Comparison prisons momentum because it shifts your focus away from your own growth, and instead of improving your situation, you become obsessed with measuring your life against somebody else's timeline. And that creates that frustration instead of discipline. Your life changes the second you stop asking why somebody else is ahead and start asking what you need to improve today. And small, consistent progress beats emotional motivation every single time. But most people, they completely underestimate how powerful small actions become when repeated daily. Reading 10 pages a day sounds insignificant until it becomes over 3,000 pages in a year. Saving $20 feels pointless until discipline compounds into financial stability. And walking 30 minutes a day seems basic until your energy, your mood, and your health transform over time. People want dramatic overnight change because it feels exciting, but real transformation usually looks boring while it's happening. And this is why most people quit too early. They expect immediate rewards for actions that require long term consistency. Success is often delayed. Your effort deposits results into the future, not instantly into your hands. Discipline matters because feelings are just temporary. And some mornings you will feel unstoppable, and other mornings you will feel drained and doubtful. Just like this morning, I woke up and I know I have like 20 or 30 videos to record today. Do I want to do them? No. If you only work with emotion in the line, you will never build anything meaningful. High performers understand that the action has to continue regardless of the mood. They train themselves to move even when they do not feel like it. And the mental shift separates people who dream from people who execute. Your environment also shapes your future more than you think. If everybody around you constantly complains, avoids responsibility, or wastes money and kills ambition, eventually that mindset rubs off on you. And humans adapt to their surroundings. That's why protecting your focus matters. Sometimes growth requires distancing yourself from negativity. I broke up from that, even when it feels uncomfortable. And it did. Some people only show up to reinforce the smaller versions of you because your growth reminds them of their own lack of action. Another trap is overthinking. People spend years planning lives they never start. They research endlessly, watch tutorials, consume motivation, and build fantasies in their head, but they never execute consistently. And in reality, information without action becomes entertainment. And at some point, you have to stop preparing and start doing. And the truth is, you will never fully know what you are doing at the beginning. And most successful people figure things out while moving, not while waiting. Failure is not the opposite of success. Avoiding action is. Failure teaches you what reality actually requires. Avoidance teaches you nothing except how to remain stuck. And the hardest part of changing your life is usually not physical effort, it's identity. Deep down, many people do not believe they deserve better. They carry years of insecurity, rejection, mistakes, and self doubt that silently shape their decisions. When opportunity appears, they sabotage themselves because success feels unfamiliar. They procrastinate, they quit early, they downplay their abilities, they stay hidden. Your identity controls your standards. If you see yourself lazy, incapable, unlucky, or average, your actions will eventually match that belief. Change your life requires changing the story you repeat about yourself. That does not mean fake confidence or pretending everything is perfect. It means refusing to constantly reinforce weakness in your own mind. The words you repeat internally become instructions your brain follows. If you keep telling yourself nothing works out for you, eventually your actions start proving that statement is true. You also need to understand that nobody is coming to rescue you. That realization sounds harsh, but it is freeing. Waiting for someone else to change your situation gives you your power, it takes away your power. In the moment you accept responsibility for your decisions and your direction, your mindset changes. You stop blaming the circumstances for everything. You stop expecting motivation to magically appear, and responsibility is heavy, but it creates control. And control creates progress. And at the end of the day, your future is built by what you repeatedly tolerate. If you tolerate excuses, distractions, fear, laziness, and endless delay, your life will reflect that. And if you tolerate discipline, discomfort, learning, or consistency and accountability, your life will reflect that too. You do not need to become perfect overnight. You need to stop standing in your own way long enough to let your potential breathe. Thanks for watching today. We're looking to grow this channel, and without the subscription base, we can't do that. So if you found value to this video, just subscribe. That's all I ask. I would just appreciate it. We're trying to build this, and without a subscription base, we just can't do it. So if you would do that, I'd appreciate it. And come back tomorrow. I'd love to see you. We'll see you then.